Hello, my name is Emily, as you may or may not know, and today I wanted to react to more cringy things on the internet. Now, I'm not even sure what to call these types of posts. They're from a particular Tumblr blog called Kush and Lyrics. Lyrics spelled L-Y... I'll put it, I don't know how to spell, I'll put it in there, I'll put it somewhere here. So with all these posts, there seems to be a certain theme, a motif, if you will, and that reoccurring theme is the thing that drives all the ladies wild, swag.
Swag on you, chilling by the fire while we're eating fondue.
In all of these posts, it seems like snapbacks are aggressively apparent. I feel like they're gonna, jump out of the screen and yell at me to make them a sandwich or something. As we all know, swag is something that a man must have in order to, attract a woman. Girls only want one thing, and that's swag. Us women are able to tolerate all types of bad behavior as long as the guy has swag, and that is just the truth. It's in our biology. The other day I actually went on a date with a guy, right? And he was late. He didn't bring his wallet. He asked if my sister was single, and he kept going to the bathroom like every 7 minutes or so, and each time he would come back there would be like more blood on him for some reason. But his swag was undeniable. And that's actually the story of how I met my first husband. So anyways, let's just jump right into this, shall we? Who needs good grades? Ow. When you have swag. If only I had known this growing up. I mean, my life would be so different. I wasted so much time studying in high school when really all I needed to do was spend $12 on a snapback and get a Cookie Monster hoodie and I would have been set for life. My good grades didn't even help me when I was applying to colleges. When I applied to my dream school, I sent in, my transcript and my resume, and then 2 minutes later, I got an email back asking if I smoked weed or wore basketball shoes, even though I didn't play basketball, and I said, well, no. And then they just replied, LOL, no thanks. Thanks, THX. And then this other guy I knew named Kyle, he didn't even send in a resume or a transcript. I don't even know if he had a transcript because he was never in class. He was mostly just vaping in the bathroom. But he actually just sent in a selfie of himself wearing a snapback and a Supreme hoodie to all the colleges he wanted to go to. And he's actually studying law at Yale now. So the moral of the story, kids, don't do your homework. Don't do your exams. Don't even show up for school. Just make sure you have enough swag to get through these tough, formative years. Don't try and receive nudes from a girl on the first date. Try to receive her heart. Yes, that is what I'm talking about. That is a swaggy gentleman right there. It is so swaggy and dope to trade organs on the black market. That's why you should always try and receive her heart before the first date. Why would you even want a picture before the first date? It's a picture. It's worth, you know what they say? A picture is worth 1,000 words, but an organ on the black market is worth $100,000 so you can pay back Marco for the yacht incident. Because he will find you. His yacht was absolutely covered in spray cheese and olives. He was pissed. Swag so dope, snapback, rehab. Yes, beautiful poetry. Shakespeare wishes he could create something so utterly beautiful and raw. Swag, so dope. Snapback, rehab. I'll be here all night. This piece of writing actually hits a little close to home because I mentioned my first husband and he actually had to go to snapback rehab. He would never take it off, It was like another part of his body. He brought it into the shower when we were at the beach. It was always with him. It was with him more than I was with him. And it became really hard to even kiss him as well because, the brim of his swaggy snapback would just always constantly be hitting me in the forehead. And I actually had a bruise here for about 7 months straight. So eventually I felt that I had to get involved because, I love this man and I just want what's best for him. And so I tried one day to take it off. And then there was just another one right under it, and I just kept taking them off, and it was just another one right under, another one right under. It's like those little Russian dolls. So, I finally said, Chad, you need help, I want to help you, like, I love you, please just let me help you. And then he said to me, he said that he loved me so soup. He loved me so soup, and that he was in the mood for Chinese and that I should go order some. So then I did. He's been in snapback rehab for about 3 years now, and we haven't spoken. But if I'm being honest with myself, I still think about him like a lot. But it's just that sometimes you meet a man and his swag is just, it's just, you know, truly so dope that you just have no other choice than for him to go to Snap. I'm sorry, I need a second. Sorry, I'm back. Sorry about that. Talking about my first husband just gets me a little... I don't know what that was. We're moving on. Girls don't want a boy with a personality. They want one with swag. Women don't care about, you know, if you're kind, your sense of humor, your work ethic, how much money you make. No, 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 no. All we want to know is, do you have swag and how much do you have? There was this one guy, his name was Trevor. He was, you know, really the one that got away, besides my first husband. But we're done talking about him. Trevor and I, you know when you just like click with someone, yeah, we just had like a special connection right off the bat. I mean, the whole time he didn't speak to me, because, you know, he's shy like that. So we were on our way to Chili's on his moped, or, well, he was on the moped, I was in a wagon tied to the moped. Yeah, we almost caused several accidents. I remember he ordered a cheesesteak, and then he started scooping the meat out with his bare hands so that he could save the bread for later, and I just remember thinking, wow, he's so resourceful. But anyways, the whole night, we never even made eye contact because the brim of his snapback was just tilted down. I never even saw his face, now that I think about it. But the whole time I was just thinking to myself, I mean, this is the swaggiest bro I think I've ever met in my life. You know, I was just so enamored. I was so head over heels for this guy. But then he never texted me back and he got my best friend pregnant, so. Who needs protection when YOLO? You really do only live once, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to take all your protection and throw it out the window. It doesn't matter if you get pregnant 6 times in a row and then there's a swarm of children inside your house, you know, peeing everywhere, tearing apart the furniture, or, you know, starting a mini fight club in the basement, because guess what? YOLO, dude. And yeah, sure, you know, without protection, you could get a variety of STDs and then feel like there's a mound of fire in your pants for the rest of your life, but hey, dude. YOLO. We shouldn't even have sex ed classes, okay? And when we do, it should only last 15 seconds tops, and the teacher just gets up and stands in front of the students and says,
"Who needs protection when YOLO?"
And then that's it, and everyone gets an A. If swag was money, I'd be Bill Gates. So yeah, I do have to admit, sometimes I get jealous of people who have, you know, such an insane amount of swag because I have so little myself. It's just, you know, I'm not as swaggy as I could be, and sometimes it makes me a little insecure. I mean, this dude obviously has swag off the charts if he's saying if swag was money, I'd be Bill Gates. Because, you know, Bill Gates, he has a lot of, he owns something valuable. Whereas in my case, if swag was money, I mean, I'd just be some random guy from Nebraska who works part-time at a Burger King. My goal is to at least have enough swag to become the manager of that Burger King. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually making that, you know, like my main goal for myself, my main priority. It's like nursing school, couldn't care less. My YouTube channel, I'll delete it right now. I actually don't care. But, you know, I would honestly sell my friends and family for, you know, even just a fraction more swag. You're not in love if you don't make gifs of each other and post them on Tumblr. This is probably one of the truest things I've ever read. You know, this is actually a very significant reason as to why the divorce rate is so high. Earlier, I talked about my first husband, but I never talked about my second husband. And we're just gonna skip over the second one because this story doesn't relate to him, so I'm actually gonna talk about my sixth husband. I don't want to say his real name, so I'm just gonna call him, Lord Farquaad. So Lord Farquaad and I were together for about, like 6 or 7 days. Yeah, like 6 or 7 days. And within those 7 days, I said, Lord Farquaad, like, if you love me, you have to prove it. So he wrote me like 5 songs and performed them on a stage of roses that he grew himself, and he actually taught himself guitar specifically for that event, but He was a little off key, so I booed him off the stage. And then the next day he bought me something else. It was like so pathetic and small. It was like I would have rather had a keychain. It was so like, he bought me a yacht with a mural of myself painted as a Greek goddess on the side. And I was just like, okay, like I get seasick, so where's the receipt? And then he actually got me another gift, and it was like, it was like not even, like I would have rather had like a Target gift card. It was like, oh, he got me a star. He like named a star after me. I'm trying to remember the specific name. It was like the ever lovely and beautiful Emily. And I was like, okay, so you named a star after me, and stars are basically just huge flaming balls of gas, so you're calling me fat and gassy? Okay. Yeah, I did not appreciate that. So on our 7th day of being together, he came into the room with like a bouquet of flowers, and then I just put it into the garbage disposal, and then he was saying something, but I couldn't hear him because of the flowers in the garbage disposal. But then he finally told me, Lord Farquaad, he said, Emily, I made something for you and I posted it on Tumblr. And I was like, shut up. No, really, shut up. Do you ever shut up? Like, close your pathetic mouth. So then I log onto my Tumblr to see what he posted, and then it was just a dumb 7-page long poem he wrote me. And I was like, Lord Farquaad, are you being for real? There was not a gif, whatever in sight. I was so pissed. So obviously I was like, this guy doesn't love me, because if he did, he wouldn't be wasting his money and time on all this other crap I don't care about. He would have been posting gifs of us on Tumblr. So you know what? That's all I have to say for today, you guys. Moral of the story, nothing else in life matters than swag, okay? Girls only want one thing, that's swag. Guys, you should only want one thing, and that's to have swag. Do you understand? So I hope you guys learned a lot, because, that's what my channel is for, education. I love to educate. So that's all I have to say, and what do I say at the end? Oh, and until next time. Sorry, I don't know why I made that weird. I'm so weird.